Hey, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing great. In this video, I'm kind of piecing things together. I've been gone a lot the past month. Every weekend I've had something going on. I hadn't had time to do anything. And during the week I work. But in this video, we'll start out working on my buggy. This is some old clips I've had for like a little bit. I ended up fixing the carburetors on it. If you guys remember, if you've been watching, I had a fuel leak on one of them. Ended up getting all that fixed, and then we move on to my truck. I ended up changing transmission fluid on it and filter, and then I ended up going on vacation, which I didn't film much on that. I ended up just basically filming us cast net fishing, which is kind of fun. And then I get back in town, and I wanted to leave town again to go to a wedding. One of my really good friends that's actually been on this channel, he got married. I didn't really film the wedding though, but I did film us playing around with some golf carts. Had fun with that. And then I get back, and then you guys see at the very end what I did when I got back. Now, we're going to start on the buggy. I pushed it back here. I'm going to take this carburetor off, and we will start disassembling and going through everything. Well, I got the carburetor off. Took her off, got her sitting right here. So first things first, I'm going to start disassembling a few things, and we'll set everything off to the side, and we'll start disassembling this one too as well. Okay, so far all I've done is taken the top plates off. The top parts of these off where the floats and everything is. I set the one of them over here. This is the one off the new carburetor right here. I think I'm not even going to use this carburetor. Actually, I was taking it apart and taking all this stuff out, just cleaning everything off really good. And each of these little plugs, you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. See all that greenish stuff? That's glue. All this stuff had glue on it. This one stripped out. Some of the threads stayed inside there when it was coming apart just by a hand wrench. This has glue on it. The seat, needle and seat had glue on it. This thing got mangled coming apart. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to use that. I'm just going to use this top plate. I wish I would have ordered the genuine Weber top plate now, but oh well, you live and you learn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cleaning this up. Then I'm going to start taking apart this carburetor and going through it and just cleaning it up. I have another one of these red accelerator pump gaskets, and I'm just going to take out the idle jets and all these adjustment screws and just clean everything really good. Alright, so I got the carburetor put all back together. I went through it with some cleaner and some compressed air, some carb clean. I sprayed everything, took everything apart on it, put it all back together. So hopefully it's going to run good this time. I just got through setting my floats, 32 millimeter full droop, whatever, full whatever. And then right here I got it set at 10 millimeters. So floats are set, everything full droop. That's what I was trying to say, dang it. So everything's set. So now I'm going to put my new screen filter in here. Put it in there just like so. I'm going to put my plug back in. I'm going to put all this back together. And then we're going to put a new gasket on it. Set it back on top of here. Bolt it down. I'm going to put my jets back in it. Everything back in it the way it needs to be. It's easy stuff to do. Put it all back together. We'll put it back on here. We're going to see if this thing will fire up. Well, I just had her out here running for a few minutes. Actually, I had to take this thing apart again because I didn't think about it. When I set the float, I didn't take into consideration the gasket thickness. So when the float went up, it hit the gasket, wasn't closing all the way, and it was just pouring fuel down the cylinders when I turned my electric fuel pump on. Good stuff. So I took it back apart, fixed that, set the float just a little bit more, so now it's working perfect. Well, the other day I drove my buggy here. The other day I was going to drive it to work, and I got 4 miles on the road, and it started spickering and sputtering really bad, like it was lean, running really lean and popping back through the carburetors. So I turned around and came back, and I pulled it in here, and I started taking apart this carburetor. I already took this one apart and went through it and cleaned it out and everything, just blowing through all the, I sucked all the gas out of it and then just blew through all of it with compressed air and cleaner and took all the jets out. Just checking things off, took the top of it off and just make sure there's no trash in it and everything. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did to this one over here. I'm going to do it to this carburetor, even though I just rebuilt this one. And we're going to see what comes out of that. I don't know. Also taking a wrench and stuff and going on the carburetor base bolts and then the intake bolts, both of those, make sure they're tight. And just kind of going around checking things out, and we'll see what that gives me. Hopefully it'll run better. I don't know. Well, this thing's been sitting here running for a few minutes. Like I said, I took the carburetors apart, cleaned them. It runs great. I guess there's a little bit of trash in one. I just got the breather sitting on top of it, but it runs great now.
beforehand, it wouldn't even do that. It would just pop and go crazy. So we'll call that a win. I'm gonna pull this thing up forward. We're gonna start on the Chevy truck next. All right, next up I got the truck in here. I'm gonna change the transmission fluid on it and filter. I got the filter kit. This is a Wix brand filter kit. As you can see, the Wix. I got the filter and a little holder piece, and this is the bottom of this box actually came out a minute ago when I picked it up. And you get your rubber gasket. What you do with these on trucks like mine that have reusable gaskets is you throw that rubber gasket away because it's garbage. The next thing I use is this is my transmission fluid I use, AMS oil, OE style. That's what I used in it before. I change the transmission fluid in this truck every 50,000 miles. I'm really religious on that because I've seen transmission failures in these trucks before, especially in the 6-speeds, what I have. I don't know if you can see it or not. I think you probably can. Let's see if I can go this angle. See the transmission fluid dripping out. I just took all the pin bolts out all the way around the side there, and back towards the other side I got it loose, and I'm just going to let it drain out till it quits, and I'll just slowly loosen some more of them up till more of it drains out. I got the transmission done. I ended up fighting that. As you can see, I changed my clothes because I was wearing some transmission fluid. When I got done with it, the bolts that hold the exhaust downpipes with the converters in them that go to the manifolds, there's 3 bolts on each side. Well, out of all 3 of those, out of all 6 of those bolts, I should say, only 2 came out. So I ended up having to take my floor jack right here and take some ratchet straps. Where I put them at, I think, yeah, right here. And I ended up taking a floor jack, jacking it up on the cross member for the transmission. So we can get down here and I'll show you. I ended up having to jack it up on the cross member right here on the transmission, and on the down pipe here on the crossover pipe or whatever, I ended up looping it with the straps, and as I jacked up on this, it pulled down on that just enough so I can clearance and get the pan out. It became kind of sketchy, I ain't gonna lie, but hey, I had to do what I had to do. Those bolts ain't coming out, so that's just the luck I have, but it's done. I think when we do the cam swap, I'm going to get 6 new bolts for that, stainless steel, so I won't have that problem again. But we got 7.5, almost 8 quarts of transmission fluid in it, AMS oil, so it's good to go. So I found myself here at the beach. We got a casting net. My brother-in-law Matt here has been casting it out here. We actually caught some fish earlier today. I don't know what we caught. I couldn't even tell you the name of them. I think one of them was a mullet fish. I'm not sure. We're kind of looking them up a little bit.
You know, mullet, like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Mullet time. Here we go. He's going to cast it out here. We're going to see if we catch anything. Probably not, because we're standing up on the shore here.
Well, that one did a figure 8.
Been out for a few minutes. My brother-in-law's actually mastered this a lot better than I have. I suck at it. Not even gonna lie. Man, the tide's coming in now. Well, I made it out here in the ocean. It's the next day. We're out here casting the net. We want to see what we can get with this. But check out the storm. It just started brewing up out here in like the past 30 minutes. Starting to get a little bit of lightning and everything, but we're gonna give this a try.
We're just out here looking for mullet.
Nothing.
That's what it looks like when you don't cast it.
No guarantees.
No, we did get a hornet.
Yep. Didn't catch him though. That's something. Nothing. Here we go. This is number 4. Oh, got some. Look at those. I guess those are mullet fish. They look like it. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys can tell us. Round 6.
This, potentially,
You got them?
could be a good haul.
Let's see. Yep, nothing but net. You got a few this time. Got 3.
3?
Yep. Finishing up our haul. We got 6 of them. We're gonna release it back in the water, I guess. Man, there's no wind. It's a beautiful night out here. There's hardly any wind. The waves are small. Such a nice evening. Look at the sunset out that way. Got my niece sitting right here, hanging out, buggy boarding where she was, so the waves got small. Such a beautiful, pleasant evening. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's the day I got to get going back, so I guess we'll make our journey back home. I'm going to miss seeing this view, even though I just got through pouring down rain here. But I'm going to miss this view till we meet again. That had to suck to run off the road like that. Oh.
Hello, internet lad.
Famous passing the grass, Dale. Look, get back up. Look, we're 3-wheeling. Oh shit. We're 3-wheeling.
Go. Oh, he's professional.
Oh, the grab.
Here we go. Wait. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh yeah. He's got it straight. Oh shoot. I thought you were going to hit me. He can't even stop. Oh man. What do you think about that, bachelor or groom?
That's like in America.
Well, there you go. As you guys can see, we had some fun with those golf carts. That was my buddy Steve-O's wedding. He wanted us to wear those tuxedo t-shirts before the wedding, the day before the wedding, and the bachelor party or whatever we were having. So it was a lot of fun, though. I had a good time there. The only thing I filmed, though, was the golf cart stuff. I thought I had more golf cart footage, but I guess I didn't. I think somebody else took more than I did. But anyway, that was that, and we got the carburetors built on the buggy, or the fix, that one with a fuel leak, and then got the trash out of the other one. Runs great. I've been driving it to work some. It runs really good. It runs better than it has in a while. So we got that done. Also, the cast net fishing in the ocean, that was a lot of fun. Even though my brother-in-law was a lot better at it than I am, hey, it was still a lot of fun catching fish and seeing what they were. But as you guys can see, though, at the very end, we got the camshaft swap done on the truck. That was well worth every penny and all the time, that long 3-day weekend we did. Thank goodness for my buddy Matt and Scott there at Intune Motorsports. You guys are going to see that video coming soon. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Click the like, subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time. Be good to one another and get out there and enjoy life while you have it. See you next time.